Archie, luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday on your old Shanghai, eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane the tears roll strong, Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go, leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragon soared to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing new Asian delights. Pack up your bags and off you go, leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go, leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix, spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam, grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go, he didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again, his mate Tan gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go, didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Hey guys, it's Archie, Luxury. How are you punters today? How are you going? How are you? What's new? Tell me what's happening in the world of luxury watches. What's happening? What is going on? And I've got to tell you something. It's moving strong. Yeah, it is moving strong. It's moving strong. And I've got to be totally honest with you. This is how it is. This is how it is. I try my best and I bring you content. That's what I want to do, is bring really good content to the punters, the punters. That's right. Guys, just having a look at a collection. I love checking out photos. Check this out. Check this out. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? So this is this is my collection. This is who's this? Woody. I got to be honest with you. I love expensive boxes. Do you like boxes? I love a box. I love a good box. Yeah, I do. I do like a good box. I do like a box with a cool interior. Yeah, I do. I do like the boxes. I like the boxes so much. I do. I think boxes are great shit. Yeah, I love a good box. Don't you like a good box? I love an expensive box. I'm not into cheap boxes. I like a good box. The reason for it is that boxes really make me happy. They do. They make me very happy. I love a good box. And I've got to tell you, in my own case, what do I feel the answer is? Well, I just try my best. Just keep it going. Um I've always I got to be truthful when I say to you that I always like a bit of I like some quality stuff. I always like quality, okay? That's the big thing with me is quality. Quality over quantity. And in my own collection of watches, I got to tell you, I prefer to have less pieces if it's quality. I don't want garbage. Garbage. Garbage is never cool, okay? You don't want to have garbage in your life. You want to have quality. Quality. You buy quality once. That's what you do. You buy quality so that you don't have to have you don't want to buy garbage. Garbage is never cool, okay? It is never cool. And you got to understand this stuff. It's just the way life can be. And I've been working on a lot of things. I work on a lot of watch. I really love developing a collection. What would I buy next? That's a good question. What do I want to get next? What's the thing with me? Well, I'm kind of having a little bit of a pause because times are tough, okay? They ain't the greatest, okay? Times have gone a little bit on the shitty side, and I get it. Times are fucked as fucktie, okay? Yeah, they can be fucked. But I'm kind of taking it easy. I don't need to panic. Panicking's not going to solve the equation. And I kind of think in my own situation, I really want to have the fun with stuff. You see, I love to have fun in the sun. That's what I like. I like the fun in the sun. I want to have the fun in the sun. Fun in the sun is cool. And watches is just so fucking cool to have, man. I love it's the ultimate accessory. I love the accessories. I love the business of having successful winner chicken dinner. That's what I love is I like to have this sort of shit in my life. I like good shit. I don't like cheap shit. I want good shit. Okay? That's what I like. I like good shit, not cheap shit. What sort of shit do you like? Do you want good shit or you want cheap shit? And I this is something that I've had to think about for a long time. What do I want? Good shit or cheap shit? You got to work out what sort of shit do you want because the shit ain't coming your way, The shit won't always come. You can't always get what you want. You got to try sometimes and get what you can need. This is the whole thing. You got to be realistic. And we got a super chat in here, one from Tiger Tail, $5. You need a Breitling chronomat, big boy. I actually want to get a Breitling Super Ocean Heritage too. That's what I'd like to get. I just found a good pic. I'm just going to share this on the screen here now. Look at this. This is actually a photo with my son's watches in the box. This is a rare photo. So I gave my second youngest the Grand Seiko, and then the youngest, he got the Tudor. And I think that just works. I'm sorry. I don't know what you guys think. I think it pops. It really pops. And that's what I like. I like stuff that pops and just makes myself feel good. It's just the reality of life. It's just the reality of life. And yeah, that's kind of the way it is. That is the way life is. It is not always fair. It's not always fair, but I try my best. And with these shows I do, I try and get in comedy, bit of comic relief, a bit of realism. Just I want to try and make them fun and interesting. That's what I like. I like talking watches. I like to push the envelope. Sometimes I really do enjoy pushing the envelope. Other times I don't. And I think that's the big thing with me. That is the big thing. I like to push hard. You've always got to push hard. This is always the case. Life isn't always easy. It's not easy. It's difficult. And I mean, hey guys, it's sometimes it's tough. It's very tough. It is tough. And you got to push. Sometimes in life we got to push hard. And yeah, that's kind of how it is, I'm sorry. It is not always easy for us, okay? But I enjoy it. I enjoy the challenges that come in the hobby. And the thing with the hobby is it has become difficult as time's gone on. Things aren't easy. I get it. I get it. It's sometimes you get what you get. You got to just try your best. And in my own case, what have I done there? Well, I've really pushed hard. You've got to push hard. That's the thing. You have to push hard. That's what you need to do. There's no bones about it. You have to push as hard as you can. See what you can get. And it's not easy. I can tell you that now. It's fucking tough. It's tough. Life ain't always easy. And I get a lot of good advice from people. People try and give me pointers and they try and steer me in the right direction. But, at the end of the day, I got to decide what is the right or wrong answer. And in my case, there are things that are cool. There's things that are not cool. I got to decide which way I want to go. And it is difficult. I make no bones about it. It is difficult. And I see that at times. Okay, life's not always easy, is it? Hey, life is not easy, and things are not easy at times, but we try. You must always try. If you don't try, you've lost, haven't you? You know what I'm saying? If you don't try, you've lost. So I'd really love to get the good one on the stream. We got another super chat. Rich Mitch, £2. Check the link I just posted. What do you think? Let's take a look, Rich Mitch. What link have you posted there? Let's have a look. What link have you posted, Rich Mitch? I think I saw that before. Let me have a look. Rich Mitch. It's a Reverso Tribute Moon Phase Blue Dial. Okay. Let me just get that up. I got it. It's a little bit tricky to bring this fucker up. I'm going to find it. Just hang on there. I got to bring it up. It's 904 is the stamp. Let's have a look. Oh, here it is. Got it. Just pulling it up. Here we go. It's a Reverso. Look at this. What do I think? The photo's not the greatest. The blue's a bit, how's your father? Oh, nice set. Look at that. Reverso. It's got a box, papers, full set. It's not cheap. It's definitely not cheap. I love it. Fuck, I love it. It's fucking, it is a gorgeous watch. What's not to love about that? So this is a okay. Fucking gorgeous watch. I love it. What's wrong with that? I think that's a great. It's expensive. It's not fucking cheap, is it? It's not really cheap, is it? It's not cheap in the least. That's definitely not cheap. That's for sure. But I get it. It's a beautiful watch. The only thing is, for the same money, you can get the tribute calendar in steel, secondhand. You know, that's the only thing. The tribute calendar, I get it. Yeah, that's the only thing I would say. The tribute calendar, I think, is a better watch. Okay. Yeah. I think tribute calendar is a better watch. Okay. Sorry to say this to the audience, but for me, what can you do? Oh, Woody, New York. Yeah, I got that one on the Mercedes 2.6 300E. Yeah, that was an interesting car there. I quite like those. They are a nice car, that's for sure. Yeah, they're a nice car. Fuck. It's What can you say? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know. It's difficult. Life is difficult. Would I buy it? I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Why would I hate that sort of watch? You know what I mean? Like I kind of is it good value? It's okay. It's okay. But the problem is it's too new. See, to get the bang per buck that I like to buy a little older than that. See, that's what I like to do is buy older, and that way there, I think you're going to get more bang per the buck. The bang and the buck are very important concepts. To me, bang and buck is important. I've got to be honest with you there. Like a lot of these watches themselves, I look at the what else could you get for similar money? And I tell you who has one. Let me just call it up. This is one that I nearly bought, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. Okay. Okay, here we go. Just let me watch collection. I'll see if he's still. Oh fuck. Let me just have a look. I'm just trying to find it. Maybe he sold the fucking thing. Just let me have a look. Late men's. It was manual wine. Just see what he's got. Because I no, he sold the fucking thing. Fuck. Okay, sorry, that doesn't exist. There was a dealer who had a tribute calendar. I quite liked that watch. We got another super chat in. Crypto Walker. Is Nomos a legitimate luxury brand or entry level? No, that's entry. That's entry level. That's entry level. If you need to ask the question, it's not luxury. Nomos is kind of like a compromise. It's a compromise brand, okay? You don't really want to go with that, okay? It is such a fucking compromise. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just being truthful with you. It's a compromise. Do you really want compromise? That's the problem with all of this shit. A lot of it is compromise. And, you know, Nomos, it's not luxury brand. It's not a luxury brand. I tried to get Donny Haynes on today. I wanted to get Donny on, but he didn't want to come on. It's I tell you who else I wanted on, and that was Kelso. Kelso, I need to get him on. I want to get him on too. Hey, stop it, fuckers. That's my phone. Okay, it's enough. Hey, Google, stop. Google, stop. I don't know what to say, really. Yep, what can you say, guys? It's just how it goes. It's how it goes. Crypto Walker. I like the Crypto Walker. Do you like the Crypto Walker? It's very cool indeed, isn't it, Crypto Walker? I gotta be honest with you guys. You tell me what you think. Give me the rap. I want to hear it because I can't do this. I can't create the magic without the support. I can't create the magic without the support. That's for sure. And I got to be honest with you guys. I need support. We've got 100 people watching. You're going to come on. Let's get someone on to join the stream with me. We want to talk watches. That's what I want to do, is talk. Come on, guys. Give us a chance. Just got to plug my laptop in now. Come on, you bastard. Keep working. I don't ever think that is a luxury brand. Do you? Is that a luxury brand, Nomos? I don't think it is. Rich Mitch, $2. Think Paul Thorpe will go back to watch content? I don't know. I like him. I actually really like the dude. He was a lot of fun. And yeah, Paul Thorpe was a lot of fun. I like the guy. I actually like him. He's a cool guy. Paul Thorpe's a cool guy. Do I think he'll go back to it? I don't know. Does it matter? I mean, everyone, they do whatever they find makes them happy. I don't know. Does it make him happy? It's tricky because you got to find it yourself. Speaking of finding happiness, we got the Narc. Hey, Narc, how are you?
What, do you want 40%, 50%, 60%? What do you want? How honest do you want me to be with you?
Sorry?
How honest do you want me to be? How brutal do you want me to be with you?
How long do I want
40%?
what? Sorry, say it again.
How brutal do you want me to be with you? 40%,
Nah.
50%? Do you want me to be gentle?
You know, Narc. Yeah, you can
You
be
started
gentle.
the stream by saying,
give me a hug.
All right.
Give me a hug.
Come here.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Turn around. Let's look at me. Let's look at my eyes.
Yeah.
Turn around, you fat fuck. No, turn your whole body around. What the fuck are you doing there? Swivel that chair.
I don't
TW
understand.
style.
Narc, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Face the fucking camera.
I just feel like doing what I feel like today, Narc. I don't give a fuck anymore. You know that?
Yeah, I could
I
tell
really don't care. I don't care.
I was watching this stream today. I don't know why, and I thought you had a stroke.
Thank you. Yeah.
Verbal
That's okay.
diarrhea. No,
That's
verbal
okay. Narc,
diarrhea.
you can think whatever you want, Narc. I don't care anymore.
Disjointed,
You know
disjointed catchphrases.
What do you think went wrong with the business? Can I ask you that?
You burnt too many people.
Sorry?
You burnt too many people. There's no one else to burn.
Yeah, that's okay. You just tell me truthfully what you think. Okay?
You burnt too many people.
Okay.
I'll be honest, we all want you to succeed because you enjoy the platform.
Okay.
But when you turn up and there's no preparation, which is part of your shtick. But it's actually quite sad today. Go back.
I tried to get Donny Haynes on. Did you know that? I tried to get Donny Haynes on. I made a few phone calls.
Yeah. Look, Crypto, I'll jump off, buddy. I'll jump off. Then you're left with a mess, right? There's no preparation. You start out with catchphrases.
It's Sunday. How much preparation do you want from me on a Sunday?
You said, "Oh, I looked at a few collections." Then you bring up your own collection. Then you talk about box. The only box you should be worried about is your wife's box.
There was a photo. That was a photo of that. That collection was. I was looking through some photos.
Do you want me to tell you? Even Eddie's embarrassed of this crap.
You like Eddie?
The guy's a deleter.
He's saving the channel. You know that?
Yeah. Look, I don't look. He needs to go down the drain.
What's going down the drain? Tell me what's going down the drain.
Archie, I feel bad. Seriously, I don't want to troll you here. I actually feel quite bad.
Sure.
I actually thought
okay.
You sound like you're severely depressed. You came on with
Look, things aren't working. They're not working well, Narc. It can't always be successful. You know this?
You can make a bit of an effort.
It's a Sunday. I just woke up, you know.
But this is your job.
Is it a job if I'm not earning any money?
It's not a well-paying job.
What do you think went wrong? Can I ask you that? What went? Let's just excuse the bullshit. What the fuck went wrong? Sirocco dying was a huge impact on the show.
No,
he didn't like you. You know that? Did I mention that? Well, what went wrong with the business? Tell me what went wrong, please.
Your stick was getting stale.
You think watches aren't popular anymore?
Look, we've discussed this ad nauseum. You had the perfect storm with COVID, Bitcoin going up, prices of watches going up. People came here to gloat about appreciating assets, or not assets, the watches.
Yeah.
Right. Bitcoin went down. Watches prices went down. People don't want to talk about losing money on watches.
No, you know, even Tony Nico had to sell his Patek chronograph. Did you know that?
I think, like I said, COVID, people were stuck at home. People have moved on.
Tony Nico had to sell his chronograph Patek.
Why do you have to sell it?
He needed money, personal reasons. Come on, we all need money at times, Narc. Maybe he wasn't the successful gambler that he made himself out to be.
That was before my time, so I really don't know. Right? Look, you're difficult to work with.
You even Tan's going into nude photography. What do you think of that?
Look, we're talking properly here. Tan's protesting here because he says you're not making an effort. Other people aren't making an effort.
I tried with Tan. I gave him cigars. I tried my best. There's nothing more I can do.
He's giving you 100 grand. What are cigars going to fucking do?
I tried my best. I met him he wanted me to go to Geneva. I made it happen. How am I supposed to keep enthused when I've just lost money on every fucking thing I do in the business? Just loses a lot of money.
What do you mean lose? You can place it. Let's mark the sharks.
How do you think I went to fucking Geneva? Oh, was that magic money, Narc? That went on a credit card. Okay.
Look, read the chat. Mark the Sharks is complacency, entitlement. Right? You have no loyalty to your punters. Your guide is money.
How can I be loyal with people like you?
No, forget me. Forget me. What about your other punters?
You're difficult. You are really difficult to me, Narc.
All right. Forget me. Right?
What am I supposed to do when you're constantly jabbing at the bit?
All right.
Biting at the bit.
You turn on JJ. Was Bear didn't like him, right? You shouldn't have done that. You've lost all them, right? I think it started there.
Fuck JJ. You know that?
Yeah, but he's done nothing to you.
He thinks he's handsome. He's short, fat Italian guy. Okay, short, fat Italian guy. Okay, he makes himself out that he's some sort of internet investor, crypto, stock market. He sued his boss when he fell down a fucking stairwell. Okay.
Why do you?
Let's be realistic, okay? Why do
And
we
that's-
need to delude ourselves?
Yeah, and that's a problem. Why? Why is that a problem to you? Why is that a problem to you? If he
It's not
actually
a
fell
problem to
down,
me.
if he actually fell down and injured himself, is he entitled to some compensation? If that's the case?
He comes across as some suave secret investor.
Well,
He's
he's
no
done quite
different
well.
than the guy who trips in the supermarket and sues Walmart, isn't he?
Yeah, but why do you have to get nasty about it? I'm just curious. Why do you have to get nasty about it?
You brought up him. I didn't bring him up.
I'm saying,
You're the
no.
one who...
Yeah, but I'm saying you've said some nasty things about him, which you marginalized and pissed off all his friends. So
I'm upset that he just used me to set up his business without any bit of graciousness, any bit of thankfulness to me. He's no different than Tim Wong.
All right, I'll be honest here. He came on. It was a two-way street. He got something out of it. You got something out of it. He made money for you. I don't get the hate. I really don't. I really don't.
You're the king of hate.
Yeah, forget me, right? I don't get the hate.
You have friends in the real world. Can I ask you that?
It's not about me, Arch.
No, I'm asking you.
I've got friends I've known for years. But when you talk about friends, you always preface it by saying, my former friend. Oh, we used to be friends.
Transactional, okay? You know I'm transactional, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Okay? I'm transactional. Does that make me bad?
Yes. I'm sorry, it does. But you've got no sense of loyalty. Because there's no transactions to be made. They're no use to you. Do you understand? That's the bad thing about being transactional.
The business is sinking, Narc. We're sinking like the Titanic. Even the Titanic had to make meet its maker. We got Crypto Walker $2. Are you the magic dude? Do you like Lange as luxury? I fucking love Lange as luxury.
Right, can you expand on that? He gave you $2.
You're a Lange man, aren't you, Narc?
No,
I think Lange is fucking incredible. I would love, if my name was Leisure and Larry, I'd go Lange. Lange, Leisure and Larry. Lange is an amazing brand. I think in many ways.
All right. Chelsea in the chat says, and this is why you've lost viewers and subs. You are just jealous that he got his life and doing YouTube for fun. Look,
hey, Paul.
Hey, how are you, man? We're cooking with gas. I got you on. That's it.
Kessler, please, don't be an enabler in the pizza.
Hey, did you see the Derby? Kentucky Derby just happened.
And what happened? Who won?
Sovereignty. It's a great race. Great race.
I'm thinking about doing nude photography. What do you think of that?
I would not.
No, I'm the photographer.
What do you think of the new Tudor? Did you see the new Tudor? Tuna.
I got to be honest with you. Tudor itself, is that a luxury brand or it's not? Narky, thanks for getting me up in the air. Nark, I'm in the air now. I'm in the sky. Thank you, Narky.
What's up, Narky?
Thanks, man. Hey, I'll send the money over to you, okay? Now, this Tudor, you're talking about the Carbon 25, aren't you? That's what you're talking about.
Yes, exactly.
Fucking amazing watch. You know the big things about... Yeah, it's incredible. And the price isn't terrible. What do you think of the price?
No, I think it's a little high. Because look, if you look at the Red Bull, which is basically the same case, give or take. Let's just see.
I like the way Tudor is bringing these out slowly. You notice how they're doing that? They don't pump and dump. They're bringing them out slowly. They're trickling them through. You see that?
See, this one's $4,000. Actually, let's look at the chronograph because that's more comparable.
Yeah. You know, chronographs retain their value the worst. Did you know that?
See, 5,600 for the carbon fiber Red Bull. Interesting.
See, I think that's a very cool watch, don't you?
This one's pretty cool. I like the blue inner bezel. But
it's carbon fiber. That's the reason it's expensive.
But that's what I'm saying. So is the other one, but it's only $5,000. It's because this one's limited edition. Do you see that? Limited to 2025. Is that even limited? What the
It's not
fuck
even
is
limit.
that?
Yeah, exactly.
2,000 pieces.
Well, how many resellers does Tudor have in the world?
If I had to guess, 180.
There's a lot more. See, Tudor also has their brand in multi-dealers as well, multi-brand dealers.
Right. There's got to be more Tudors than Rolexes.
Yeah, like a lot of, Tudor, they sell
Maybe
Tudor.
maybe more. Maybe like 200. Oh, they're individually numbered. That's kind of cool.
I love it. I'm not inspired to buy it. I still think, man, you should get that
No.
fucking. When are you getting your Breguet? Tell me. Just tell me.
We'll see. We'll see.
Did you talk to him about it and say, hey?
No, that one's he sold it. I told you he sold that one. But we'll opportunity buys. We'll see if there's. We'll wait for an auction or something. See what happens.
I've heard since the releases of the new Breguets, they've gone up. Have you heard that rumor?
Is that right?
Breguets have gone up a bit. Okay, the brand is in the spotlight again. You know what I mean?
I think they're all doing that, right? In preparation for the tariffs.
Yeah.
Anyway, this new release, just wanted to get your take on it.
I like it. But now you point out the value proposition.
Yeah.
See, what do you think, Tudor or Breitling chronograph? What's better?
Tudor. Well, it's the same movement,
I know,
But
that's why.
Tudor's
Yeah.
cheaper. Tudor's cheaper.
On the secondary, Breitling really tanks. Two brands, if not Rolex and not Patek. If you had to have two brands, one as a sports casual and one as a dress formal complicated horology piece, what brands would you pick?
Interesting.
I'd pick Breitling and Breguet. Breguet and Breitling.
The sports one's hard. Yeah, I'd say Breguet, sure. Mainstream, sure. I'd go. Breguet sounds good. Tough. I guess you'd have to say Omega, right? I don't know.
Are you a serious Omega fan? How do you rate it?
For most people, it's depends who you are. Depends who you are. For me, there's a few I like, but when I'm recommending to other people for the money, I think they have some really good options.
Yes.
And they're pretty damn good.
Tell me
You get special treatment too when you send it to Swatch. With Omega, you can actually track the service, like the process that it's in. With Glashütte, even though it's Swatch, they don't have that perk. They only have that with Omega.
Oh, is that right?
Where you can log in and track the service.
Is there anything special?
I guess not really.
Do you really give a shit? It's automated, you know that? Do you reckon they do actually, does anyone do repairs in China? Servicing in China?
Not for Swatch. You're not going to be able to get that Breguet service by an independent.
Oh, well, no one sells parts to third party.
That's what I mean.
Well, that's across the board, isn't it? See, we've got another super chat. Here we go. Got another super chat come in. Horror breakdown, $2. Need to spruik micro brands and sell watch straps. What do you think of that as an idea? Fuck. See, I'm just going to lose my credibility.
Greetings, Marky Poo.
Gentlemen, hey, Booze. How are we?
Would
Nice
you prefer I
lighting,
start-
nice
Would you
lighting.
guys
can't
prefer
help
I
it.
start the show a bit later? Because I was floundering for half an hour. I even had Narc feeling sorry for me. It was so bad.
That's
It was
bad.
so bad. I was floundering.
Floundering. That's a problem when Narc takes pity on you.
Not
Ooh.
philandering, floundering. Floundering as in the fish.
Well,
the
you know
flounder.
what? I would have come on earlier, but what happened was
Hey, you don't need to explain, please.
Well, I
Don't
want to
explain.
I want to
Okay,
explain.
we don't need excuses, okay?
Well, I would like to explain to you that I was called last minute to have dinner with Vin Tinier, a good friend of yours in the show, and a good friend of what's the name of that? Dan Murphy's, a good friend of Dan Murphy's also.
Yes, I love him. Don't you love
You
him?
met up with Jen?
I did. Yeah, we had dinner at the club, darling, at the country club.
Did he pay?
We went Dutch.
I just
Did you know
kidding.
why? We went Dutch because
Did you forget your wallet again?
No. Oh my God. You know what?
I
is
love
funny.
it.
Okay, look, in my defense, Keslo, please remember I had a credit card with me. They just wouldn't take a credit card. Remember
I
that?
love it. So
Yeah.
how's Jen? How's
Well,
Jen?
we went Dutch because he doesn't put out, so we had to
Oh,
go.
where'd you guys go?
Well, there's a country club near me that has a pub grub, you know, like
Are you a member of the country club?
it's kind of a public club. It's built around
Semi-private.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those like subdivisions all built around the 18 holes, and then there's a restaurant that's open to the public, but it's in the clubhouse. So it's sort of like a hidden little local secret. The tables overlook the golf course, which is nice. So those are.
What do you think of this new tuna?
Yeah, I think it looks like a plastic G-Shock crappy. I don't like it. I don't like
What's better, this
Well, whatever you're showing
or
me
this?
is going to be better than that.
Oh fuck! I didn't change
Wait.
it.
Wait.
Whoops-a-daisy. Hold on.
Although, you know what? I really do like I like the turquoise one that they did.
This or this?
Well, definitely the pistachio Breitling for sure, of course.
Same movement.
Yeah. Well, the B01's in both. They swap movements, these two companies. Breitling gets their M whatever it is, three-hander with date. And the B01 goes over to Tudor. But I like this much better.
Now, speaking of service, I heard from the AD that service on Breitling can take over 6 months. They're short on watchmakers.
I believe
Very
it.
bad turnover.
Rolex is advertising for watchmakers. Nobody has watchmakers. Omega, actually, I saw some advertisement where Omega will put you through watchmaking school.
Yeah. Most of them are free. You just have to work for them for like a year or two.
No, but you know the problem is, can I tell you the big problem is with becoming a watchmaker for one of these brands?
It doesn't pay. It doesn't pay.
No, but okay, so that's okay because you're doing your trade, you're learning your trade. But eventually, say you've been there 10 years, right? And you're actually quite good at what you do, and then you want to start your own business.
Can't get parts.
You can't get parts. So
Can't get parts.
what are you supposed to do if you can't get parts? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to start your own indie with ETA or Solita or make your own thing.
It's like a closed universe.
Another super check. Crypto walk $2.
I love him, don't you?
Well, don't we all?
Here we go. Crypto walk $2. Wow, AC3, hell of a fact. Chronos depreciate. Yeah, you find the cheapest Panerais to buy are the chronograph versions. They're actually quite expensive to buy new. Chronographs are not cheap because of the parts, etc. But secondhand, they seem to tank. Have you found that? Either of you guys found that?
I don't shop Panerai, so I don't know. But it just, I think it's also true in like Omega. You know, Breitling is really known for chronographs, so it's not so true there. But in a lot of brands, like Blancpain, they'll just squish a chronograph into a dive watch. I don't approve. I'd rather just have a diver from Omega or from Blancpain. But in In Breitling, they're pretty well known for the chronographs. It's the point of the brand.
Yes. 100% right. Um,
And by the
Breitling-
way, explain to me why, with the same B01 movement, you have the Tudor, which is like ridiculously thick, and then you'll have the Breitling, which is much thinner. Why is that?
That's actually a very good point. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. I think it's time to start a poll.
It's still not that thin though. It's still pretty thick, the Breitling.
We're going to start a poll. What is better? We're going to ask the people Tudor, and we're going to put Breitling. We'll see what the poll says. Tudor and Breitling. See, I'm curious as to what's more luxurious out of those two as far as the punter's concerned. See,
Oh,
for me-
Tudor. It's gonna be Tudor.
No, Breitling. I'm a Breitling man.
Breitling. I'm a Breitling.
Breitling.
Man. Breitling. You know what? Breitling's got a lot of crap in the line, but if you were just on the Tudor website, if you look at the amount of shitters that they sell, it's outrageous. They make some incredibly ugly watches. I prefer, in general, if I have to.
Who do you
pick a
think
brand-
makes more money? Who do you think makes more money? Gross.
Oh, Tudor.
Gross revenue?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they have the monster, the animal behind them.
Yeah, and you got to remember with Tudor, anyone who sells Tudor and Rolex, they're going to force the issue. You see,
I see.
they're going to force you to buy stock you don't want. You see what I mean, or
A
not?
lot of Rolex ADs have become Tudor boutiques by design. You got to buy some Tudors to get the Rollies.
Exactly, Mark. Is that bad or not? How do you feel about that?
Well, I think you ought to be able to buy whatever you want and not have to buy stuff you don't want.
Yeah, but how many pandas, Mark? Everyone would want pandas, then, wouldn't they?
Everyone does want pandas.
They wouldn't be special anymore if you could get it, would they?
You always want what you cannot have.
You can't always get what you want, Mark.
But if you try sometime, you might be able to buy a Tudor.
I'm a huge Tudor man. You know this?
I thought you were a Breitling man. You just said you were a Breitling man.
I love Tudor. Okay.
I have too many of both. I think I have 4 Tudors. I have the Royal Date 8. I have the first Black Bay Burgundy. I have the Panda chronograph. And I have the B54. Yeah, so I've got 4 of them. But at Breitling, I think I have 5 because I have the World Time, 2 Chronomats, Heritage 57. Maybe it's 4 and 4. I might need a tiebreaker.
Do you see that as? I got to be honest with you, Marky. If I were you, I really want to see you get some Breguet. What do I need to do to get you into the Breguet?
Oh, that's
stuff?
very simple. Very, very, very easy. Very simple. Just send me one. Or
See,
use your powers to hook me up with a deal. The power of the pontiff.
I was talking to Donny Haynes today. You know this? That's Clive behind me, or the president. I don't know.
That's Trump. That's Trump.
I know who it is. I know who it is.
And it looks like Barney the dinosaur. I love you.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
So, hilarious. I gotta ask you something. I wanna please tell me truthfully.
It's that look on Trump's face. And why are you sucking on a Tootsie Roll in the Oval Office with Barney? Because Barney's been nominated for, Director of National Security.
It is a good photo, but don't you think?
Yes, it is funny.
The AI got a little closer with your face on this one. It's usually pretty bad.
Yeah.
I needed to get the glasses on this. Sometimes the glasses fuck you up when I add those. Yeah, the horns are missing. That's true. Fuck.
We don't talk about that.
I got the comb over pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you did a good job there, Kelso.
Uzi is making too much money. He is done with stainless Rolex and he only wants gold.
He wanted to buy my Batman. Batman.
You know, I still like a stainless. I'm wearing a. Here, I'll show you what I'm wearing. Hang tight, people. Explorer Polar.
Oh, nice.
I still like me a stainless steel Rollie.
Do you have a Batman, Mark? I know you have a GMT.
You know what? I paid $7,500 for my Batman.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah,
and I sold it for like 10 grand.
I see.
And I didn't like it. It was on Oyster, and I didn't like it. And I also had the black. Eventually sold that too. But now I have 3 GMTs. 2 of them are on Jubilee, and I like them a lot better, to be fair.
I see.
And the one that's not on Jubilee is the root beer. That's pink gold.
Oh, you have the root beer.
Yeah, it's nice. But I need to sell watches. I have just so much. Nobody can enjoy as much. It's too much. It's like it's aggravation to rotate it.
I see.
Archie, what do you do when you have too many watches? Is it possible?
Oh.
Do I have too many?
What do you think? Do you reckon you have too many?
Well, I think so. I can't wear them all. It just stresses me out trying to do it.
You know, the thing is, do you still enjoy them, or how do you feel about them?
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I feel like I'm one of these people who feels I should wear them. You're all about the possessing them, the sniffing them, the knowing that they exist. They're in your box, and that gives you great pleasure because you like to hoard them. But
yeah,
I am less of a hoarder and more of a wearer, and so it's stressful.
Yes.
You know, it's just like what Joseph says. You have 8 dogs, but you only have 2 hands. You can't pet them all.
How about I trade the Batman and the Explorer 1 plus a couple grand for this?
That's nice. You could do
Blue dial 4520, new generation.
like a couple grand, like 2.
Well, I could probably get close to 20 for the pair, and he's asking 22 for this one.
Tell him straight up. Listen, asshole, it's a done deal, straight up. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad deal if you like the hoity-toity.
Well, this is still sporty, still 100 meter water resistant.
Yeah.
But you got hot horology. It's a beautiful blue dial, sunburst dial.
The Holy Trinity.
Geneva seal, baby. Geneva seal. What do you think, Archie? The 5320 in this? Call it a day? Or does every man need a Rolex? Every man needs a Rolex.
No. I would say this is a great watch. However, it's never going to be as robust as a Rolex.
Really? Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
They're delicate.
Parachrome shock absorbers.
They're delicate. I honestly, it's a beautiful watch, but it's not a. It's just because it's steel. It's like a Patek Nautilus. That's not actually that. It's not Rolex heavy duty. Do you understand?
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but if I were you, I really liked your idea of keeping the back girl, the Patek, and getting the Breg.
That's the other way to go.
I mean, that's fucking so cool, don't you think, or not?
Probably a more versatile collection to have 3. 2 is getting real tight,
Archie's a drug dealer pushing the cards. Listen, your first one should be free, and then you're hooked.
Those deals that come up on the Bregsters, though, that's the thing. You got to be patient. You got to wait. You got to set the trap, and then you got to wait.
You got to wait till some guy's wife wants him to remodel the kitchen, and he's fucked. And then they put him up on eBay cheap. And
wait for a Moda auction. 24-hour auction.
Oh, those are cunts. Yeah.
Liquidation.
So are those guys all like verifiably cool?
Not all, but there's a handful that are legit.
And then how do you know the difference?
If you keep going on, you see who the regulars are, and you see who has a good reputation. Okay. I mean, you could always get fucked at any moment, but they're not going to risk their business over one deal. So. But there's plenty of like private party guys that I wouldn't buy from.
Yeah, I constantly see people asking to be vouched for, and then you'll get like,
Yeah. No, but there's plenty of guys on there that have like brick and mortar stores. Like they're pretty damn, legit.
member chat.
Member chat. Member chat. Member chat. Where have you been? LV, member for 8 months. Build your dream 6-piece collection for each of you. 6-piece. Well, look, I got to be totally honest with you. 6 pieces. I would have to say, in my case, my 3 Breguet. So that's the Type 21 rose gold, the 7147, and the 7057. That's 3 Breguet. The Paddock World Time, that's 4. And you know what else I would have to say? The 2 Rolly. Explorer and the Bluesy.
Gotta dream bigger, Paul.
No, 6-piece. 6-piece. 6-piece.
Yeah. Mark, go ahead. 6 pieces.
Oh, wow. All right.
That's a lot.
I'm going to draw from some of the current, though. I'm going to keep my turquoise OP. I'm going to keep the gold sub. I'm going to keep the Hulk because I love it. Now, there's 3. Probably keep the Panda because you don't have one.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, of course.
Right. And I want to get the Land Dweller because it's, in the first few years, it'll be it'll be a hard get for a couple years. So that's 5. Of course, that's all Rolex.
Oh.
So help me out here with something that's not Rolex.
Take an Aquanaut.
Oh,
Paddock, baby.
No,
Paddock.
I would take a Nautilus way over an Aquanaut. The Aquanaut's ugly. Oh my god. I guess if it's a dream collection, it could be whatever I want. I don't know. Maybe I'd add a day date. Just keep it all in the family. Get me
a day date. There you go.
Yeah, but I'd have to get one with a funky dial. Because the that whole watch revolves entirely around the dial. So I'd want something interesting in the way of a dial. But yeah, there we go.
Okay, 6-piece off the cuff here. Okay, I'm going to keep my 5320. Okay, I got the Grand Comp covered. Okay, so Dream 6-piece. You got to throw an Aquanaut in there. I'd probably throw a Grenade in there. 5168 Grenade. Let's see, after that. Dream collection, I gotta go some indies here. Well, first of all, I'd probably throw in like a Lange Datograph. Okay.
Well, how about a Zeitwerk if we're going really crazy?
I like the Datograph.
All right.
5320 Datograph. I'd go Ludovic Ballard upside down. Indie. Okay, I would go Anderson Genève World Timer. Throw one of those in there. That's 4. Fuck it. I'd get like Richard Mille, Bubba Watson, all white.
Okay, this is Dream Team stuff now.
And last but not least, let's see.
Well, can I make a suggestion?
Oh, you know what? I'll go Breguet Oramundi. I'll throw a second World Timer in there.
I was going to suggest that you kidnap FP Journe and make him design a watch just for
Oh my God, FP Journe! I totally spaced. See, I'm just going off the cuff. See,
right, but like I'm not saying.
What would you get? Would you get a resonance like
Oh yeah,
CB?
oh yeah. I mean, I'd be
That's a
happy
cool
with just a plain old Chronometsu Rain Havana Brown, but
How about JJ?
if we're dreaming, I'd go.
How
I'd
many?
go yeah.
How many FP Journes do you reckon's enough? Like 2, 3, 4?
One. They even tell you when you go in, it's totally like there's plenty of people that just get one. Like it's a dream accomplishment to get one. You don't need to have a fucking collection of them.
Interesting.
Mic drop.
I want his quartz watch.
That's the hardest one to get. The Elegant. That's an amazing piece.
I'll buy JJ's.
I think he sold it.
That's the point.
Oh, hello. So you're a pass on the Vash?
Super chat.
No, it's a great watch.
I think that's the best $20,000 watch.
Crypto Walker $2. Patek VC AP were your holy trinity. Any update?
Oh, we should get rid of AP. Fuck AP.
Well, it is a Holy Trinity brand.
If you had to replace one, who you're replacing?
I think you replace AP with Breguet.
Oh, fuck off. Come on. Who are you really putting in there?
You like
Seriously.
I'd put Lange in there. You know, Lange's fucking amazing, don't you think, or not?
They're not allowed to be in.
okay?
I know they're
Listen,
German.
I
So
have a
what?
request, Keslo. I have a request. Can you please get onto the AI and give us Archie Luxury wearing a Breguet, but in Napoleon's body?
Oh, we already have something pretty close to that.
All right, because he thinks he's fucking Napoleon with these Breguets.
Here, I'll show you. I'll show you. We went through the phase of the pontiff.
He thinks he's Napoleon collecting Breguets.
All right, here's one.
He looks like he's in The Princess Bride in that one.
I gotta make some
Many
new
of
ones.
you will die in the upcoming war, and that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Inconceivable.
Monty said that, you know?
You know, I'm officiating in a wedding, and I think I want to do it in the form of the wedding from The Princess Bride. You know, marriage. We are here for marriage. I have to officiate at a wedding.
Did you see Eddie's tats?
You're being a celebrant.
I am indeed. Well, that's a fucked up lip right there. Maybe he got that in prison. Looks like he's in, you know, Russia. Gorky Park.
That's Chicago. You don't recognize the buildings? Jesus.
Oh, yeah. There's the Sears Tower. MS-13. That's funny. Send him back. Back to Russia.
I got to be totally honest with you there.
Frank and honest.
Would you ever get a tattoo?
I have tattoos. I already did.
You got a tattoo. Would you get Breguet hands, Kelso, or the Patek? No.
Don't put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari. Wait, so what was the answer? What, you're replacing AP with what?
Lange.
Breguet.
Oh, Breguet. Jesus. Okay.
Breguet has their fists so
I see.
far
I think Rolex. You got to put Rolex in there.
Mm.
Patek VC Rolex.
I mean, the snobs will say that Rolex is not hot enough.
But they do so much, dude.
Mass produced.
Yeah, but they actually have pretty good tech.
And that shit is built by, you know, there is some hand assembly involved in every single Rolex. Human hands do touch them.
Barely.
Well, as I like to, let me tell you, in many a video, Keslo, I've said it works like this. There's the Rolexes flying down the assembly line, and they have a guy who goes like this, who just touches each one. So that they can advertise that, you know, each one is touched by human hands. Oops.
I got to be honest with you, Marky. Do you honestly think it's that bad?
No, I do think that there's a little bit of handwork involved in it, but I think I'm just guessing, if you're making 1 million watches, they got to be pretty heavily mechanized. But they say that they're cased by hand, so.
I believe that part.
So that'll take a couple minutes per watch.
See, Jordan, for AP, you can't really say that they only make 900 watches. It's just not.
And don't they apply the hands? I don't think the hands can be applied robotically. I wouldn't think so. But I think the finishing work and all, I think that's probably mechanized. But I think
Definitely.
Put the hands on.
Even Patek does a lot. Even a lot of it is started by machine and then finished by hand.
That was the interesting thing when we went to Breguet. There is that so much was done by hand. You know what I'm saying?
Certainly.
Breguet is one of the few manufacturers who actually takes the craft seriously.
I believe that. Remember that commercial that that Keslow showed us yesterday?
Yeah.
That was JLC, no? Or the Breguet one?
Yeah, the Breguet one. I believe that the one that was shot in Australia. I believe that Archie has drank the Kool-Aid, the Breguet Kool-Aid. That this Phoenix brand, which really has nothing to do with Napoleon's brand, it has not been in an.
Do you really feel it doesn't have? Like, I mean, why doesn't it?
What?
It's surely.
Because it was a dead brand, and somebody bought the rights to the name and sold it to Swatch, and Swatch just resurrected the catalog.
Ooh.
Am I wrong, Kez? Am I wrong?
Pretty much.
So there is not an unbroken chain of custody there.
Still, you could say the same thing about Patek. I mean, they sold it to the Stern family in the 70s. It's like a...
No, 30s.
Yeah, but it was
sorry.
The Sterns released the Calatrava. That was their thing. Their stamp on it was.
Mark.
Greetings, Michael.
Hey, Kelso.
Keslow. I can never tell.
How you doing?
I get it mixed up. It's like, is it Keslow or Kelso? But whatever.
Because he goes back and forth.
Yeah.
We're
Anyways, how you
keeping
doing,
it with
man?
Keslow.
I just got back from my first car show.
How was it?
It was pretty cool. It wasn't the greatest car show. Like, there weren't like that many cars, and maybe 60, 70 cars. And
Did you take yours?
yeah, of course I did. It was a hit. Oh yeah, I opened up the bonnet so everybody could see the engine, and fucking thing had a crowd around it the whole time. Because nobody had ever seen one. You're surrounded by a bunch of hot rods and rat rods and Camaros and old Fairlanes and all these restored, like, crazy beautiful show cars, and then here's this little race car that wheels in, and on the way out I gave him a little taste of the sweet song that this exhaust sings.
Vroom.
Oh no, it trumpets. When it gets up there in RPM, it just reaches a certain RPM and it just starts trumpeting the most beautiful fucking note.
Can you imitate the noise so we can get the idea?
No, but I can describe it. Like the engine has a little tiny bit of choppiness in the exhaust note until VTEC kicks in. And then once VTEC kicks in, the note is really clean and solid and smooth. But boy, it's not quiet. And
is that roommate in the background?
No.
I saw shadows.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you saw shadows, that was him. But you'll never see him. He will never jump on the show.
I see.
He's made it very clear he wants nothing to do with any of this shit.
Archie, were you with us when we met the guy that worked for Patek as a case polisher?
I was with you
in
when we
Geneva?
had the guy from. Fuck. No, I wasn't. Sorry.
Well, one of the things that he discussed is how they always start out with new watches. Okay, they always start the polishers out on a new watch.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then
yes.
you eventually move to restoration, which is the very difficult part. It's easy to make the the sharp edges from the beginning, but once they're there and they get fucked, that's the art, is bringing it back without taking away too much metal. It's the same thing with regular watchmaking. A lot of people start out putting together new pieces, but the real art and the hard part is to fix one that's broken.
Yeah, understand. I understand more than you know because I did a lot of finishing of knives at the shop. Like maybe not to the level of of our watches, but they came out of the CNC machine and they needed to be blended. All the tooling lines gone, and if it had little they call them bloodlines cut in the blades or in the sides. I had to take a Dremel with a little eraser point tip and polish that out, and just the highest level of detail.
Yeah, dude, these guys are getting like a piece of fucking wood and polishing it down to full black polish. Like, it's just incredible.
Mhm.
Each
So-
piece
Here's some work that JLC is doing in restoration.
coming back to the restoration workshop is part of the physical memory of our heritage. We must preserve their DNA.
Oh shit, hold on. I fucked this. Rookie mistake, rookie mistake.
Damn it, Keslo.
What happens to the layout here? Fuck me, Dad. Here it is. Okay, here we go.
Each piece coming back to the restoration workshop is part of the physical memory of our heritage. We must preserve their DNA, restore their original appearance and functionality without altering anything. We are only 9 in the workshop, each with different backgrounds, but the best school for restoration is the passion for vintage watches. We must have a lot of curiosity, patience, do a lot of research to understand how the movements were imagined in the past. We are like doctors. We examine the timepiece, establishing a diagnosis of the care to be provided. For this triple calendar from 1942, I will focus on both its mechanism as well as its appearance, an historical aesthetic. I check if it is paired, meaning if the serial number.
Have you seen that at Patek Arch? They have different levels of watchmakers. Like, if you send in a piece that's manual or quartz, that's going to the beginners. Whereas if you send in a complicated piece that's level 2, like an annual calendar or chronograph, and then if you send the Grand Comp, you need a level 3 watchmaker.
You'd probably start out as like polisher of cases for 4 or 5 years before they show you the next operation to be done. And
I think those guys stay in their own lane though. Like, I don't think polishers also work on. They're not
Terry
also working on
Buxton.
movements.
Oh,
$10.
okay.
Evening, Sir Archiefield. I have a particular interest in the Breitling A17316 model. Color of dial is pretty. I bought a Breitling pen today. This watch I would buy pre-owned under 3,500, 36 mils. Fuck, that's so small. You notice with Breitling, if it's an A reference number, that means it's using the non-in-house. It's AB is for
In-house.
They use a lot of modified ETA movements, but all of them are
I mean,
chronometer.
this watch itself here, it's a bit of a compromise, Terry. I mean,
Which one is it?
Model color of the dial is pretty. It doesn't
Blue or
color.
orange?
There's a white one too.
There's that baby blue one as well. He said pretty. He said pretty. He said pretty.
I have this watch in dark blue.
He didn't say beautiful or gorgeous. He said pretty. So That I would say this blue might be the color he's talking about. Me, my guess.
I have the 40 millimeter version of this in blue, and it's very nice, and it's a lume monster. I'm
gonna have to get me a Breitling one of these days.
They do make a nice watch, and they're
Scheitling.
Yeah, they're good. There's a lot of watch for the money, like a lot.
Exactly.
There's a few that I need to get before I would get the Breitling, but you know, if I were able to continue to collect, you know, eventually I'd own a Breitling.
Yeah, they're very lovely watches. I don't think they're bad there. The only thing is with Breitling, is it a true luxury watch in your opinion? What do you think?
It's a luxury tool watch, lower entry.
Kind of falls honestly in, I think, to watchmakers maybe into the same category as Rolex.
No, but Tudor. I mean, it's no less luxurious than Tudor is.
Oh, okay.
And with a longer history.
Yeah, I honestly don't know enough about Breitlings, so.
Tudor only goes back, I think, into the 30s.
Arch, did you see Teddy Baldessar's video on Bregsters?
Yeah, run a bit of it again. It's actually pretty good. That's a great video, that.
Breguet is perhaps the greatest watchmaker to ever live. But what does Breguet have to offer 200 years later? Today we answer that and a lot more by looking at some of their finest timepieces, their hand craftsmanship, and getting a personal tour from their CEO. So I'm here with Lionel Marca from Breguet. Thank you for having us. And
une luminosité différente du cadran et aussi une meilleure lecture parce que le guillochage élimine les reflets. Ensuite, on arrive aussi au design parce qu'il a également révolutionné, on va dire, l'horlogerie de cette époque, c'était les aiguilles Breguet. À l'époque.
This is the typical experience in Switzerland. The French fuckers.
À l'époque, c'était des aiguilles type Louis. Donc lui, il est arrivé avec la sobriété d'une aiguille on ne peut plus simple. Donc c'était également du design.
So could you explain, because we have a full day plan going through the workshops, how this building is structured?
Archie, when are you getting your Breguet tour? How come Teddy Baldessar gets the special treatment? You're a Breguet man.
He doesn't say fuckers. He's safe.
Yeah, you just gotta arrange it. It's very easy to get. You just gotta arrange it. That's all.
Nice.
It's pretty cool, bud, isn't it?
Actually, Teddy Baldessar was informed
here at Breguet.
Suite au rachat par le Swatch Group en 1999 de Breguet, par Monsieur Hayek Senior, il a été à ce moment-là décidé d'avoir un site de production qui est l'Orient. Donc ici, nous avons toute l'activité qui est la fabrication des mouvements, donc l'usinage. Ensuite, nous avons toute la partie qui est la terminaison de ces mouvements, au niveau décoration, au niveau gravure.
That's the hand engraving.
Gravure.
Au niveau guillochage sur le mouvement, s'il y en a, l'assemblage de ceux-ci par des horlogers compétents et formés. Nous avons également toute la partie assemblage de la montre, ça veut dire le T2, on appelle ça T2, c'est du terminaison 2, terminaison 1, c'est l'assemblage du mouvement.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's looking at him like, I'm from Ohio.
Oui, monsieur.
Donc toute cette activité ici est conséquente. Nous sommes à peu près 800 personnes sur site.
So Lionel, can you explain where we're at right now? We have different machines.
Can we get you one of these white lab coats?
Now we have these different.
Definitely.
I want to see you in one of these.
We will sew two of them together.
Different machines, and specifically this department and why it's important to the brand Breguet.
Le guillochage n'est pas une création par Abraham Louis Breguet. Le guillochage était une technique qui existait à l'époque pour les armes à feu.
To decorate firearms.
Même dans d'autres utilisations artistiques de l'époque. De là, quand Monsieur Hayek Senior a racheté Breguet, il s'est posé une grande question, c'est que le guillochage était une technique qui avait passablement disparu. Il n'y avait pas de formation, il n'y avait plus tellement de machines. Donc il est parti dans une recherche fondamentale de retrouver.
That's the thing. Do you even think this will still be around? Like, even in like 30, 40 years? Like, CNC machines are so good. Like, I guess people are still paying up for this, but.
Well, the problem is, you realize, with Paddock, those handicrafts.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really making a lot of money for the business, is it? The handicrafts.
You don't think they're turning a profit on that? I thought that would be like some of the most profited. $1 million, you can't turn a profit on a clock?
Yeah, but how many are they selling?
Yeah, good point.
You only start to make profit when you've got economies of scale, when you're churning.
I see what you're saying. Gross revenue, sure, but they're definitely.
And a lot of these handicrafts they do, they're not the most.
No, they're definitely making money. They say that with everything. You know what they told me at the Henry Stern Watch Agency in New York? They said, our whole the entire Patek service in the United States is
doesn't make money.
Doesn't make money. It's how much are we going to lose every year? That's what he told me. I call bullshit.
Yeah.
You know how nice that fucking lobby is? The fucking Godiva chocolates and the fucking Fiji water and the fucking.
Yeah, I would still be a holdout, and 30 years from now, still want if I got a guilloche dial, I would want it made by hand on one of these machines.
But I'm just curious if there's going to be people. Yeah, not only that, people appreciate what it is, but are there going to be people actually doing this craft in 50 years, like in one or two generations?
Well, that's the problem. Is there this craft? You've got to remember, this craft really. The biggest problem with watchmaking is, are there even going to be watchmakers, right?
There will. They're going to just have to. They're going to have to pay them more.
Listen, it's going to be AI hooked up.
You can't get parts. You can't buy. I mean, a car maker could never. It stops people learning the craft because they don't have a business in the future. You see what I mean?
Well, a master builder could make his own part.
They're so few and far between, though.
True.
Like the people that actually go on to start their own watch companies.
Nobody is making their own mainsprings.
No, true that too. But hey, if we start to run out, maybe some of these rose ladies will become available for sale, so I can buy one.
Guillochage. Donc ils sont partis à la recherche de guillocheuses d'époque, et de là, quand vous les retrouvez de l'époque, il fallait les restaurer, il fallait les remettre en état. D'où le fait qu'il a créé un atelier de remise en état des guillocheuses. Entre-temps, il en a acheté d'autres, il en a eu beaucoup d'achetés. Et ici, nous faisons la restauration de ces machines pour en garantir un.
Okay, there's a good point here in the chat. Okay, CryptoWalk, one thing interesting about that, when we were at Anderson Genève, they actually used 3D printers for the prototype part, just to see what it's going to look like before they start going into the metals.
Well, and now Rolex is using silicone parts to build movements.
That's kind of the new standard way of prototyping, is 3D it and then confirm that it's the right shape and everything's all good to go, and then maybe even pull a mold off that particular plastic piece, or go ahead and make the real piece. But yeah,
the only thing though, CryptoWalk, it's going to be a while before I think it takes over in any way, because for those parts to actually be functional, they're usually not robust enough to be long-term
plastics
actual parts. Yeah, well, no, they 3D printers can use metal now.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still not that. They're brittle. It's not like a forged part.
It's like a hollow casting metal.
No, it's not hollow, but it's put on layer by layer. So it's like.
Doesn't it have pores in it?
I'm no expert. Who fucking knows?
I'm not sure.
Ce qu'on constate, c'est qu'en relançant toute cette activité en 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Il s'est passé que ça a un peu réveillé toute l'industrie de la région, parce qu'il y a beaucoup d'entreprises qui ont tout d'un coup retrouvé des guillocheuses, qui se sont mis à faire du guillochage. Donc On va dire qu'il y a tout un pan industriel qui s'est redécouvert.
So very quickly, could you also just describe, because this is an art that is of a previous era that you've revived, could you talk about how this act?
They're gonna get into the enameling too, so we can appreciate both.
Why are they
classes.
talking two different languages? I mean, this is so bizarre.
No,
No,
because
can I tell you? It was like this even at AHCI. You go to some of these watchmakers, and they have like assistants and like office people to help translate for them.
But there's
because
nobody translating. It's just
there's obviously someone in between.
it's
They're
just
cutting it
Teddy
out. They're
pretending to understand.
they're
He's not-
editing.
You can't even order fucking coffee and a croissant. Super chat.
oh, that's a bit nasty. Coffee and a croissant. We got Watch Nerd Nick, $9.90 Malaysian ringgit. Alto watch case is all 3D printed now.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I know they can 3D print guns and things. So you must be right. You know, they must be able to like 3D print solid, you know, solid metal that is equivalent to made the normal way.
Actually works, talking about making these micro cuts, the different motifs you can do, and how this process would work with an artisan.
Ok. Vous l'avez là. Ceci, ce sont les cames.
Did he just say?
Donc nous devons les fabriquer afin de pouvoir faire ce motif qui sera répété.
You see, they adjust these cams to make the different shapes of the motifs.
Écoutez et répétez.
Fascinating.
Sur le cadran. Donc ça, c'est tous des cames qui vont être manipulées à la main, ou vous tournez à la main, vous faites cette activité-là. Vous avez le burin qui est là, qui va venir se prendre la position, et quand vous allez tourner, cet appareil ici va simuler l'enlèvement de copeaux pour faire le dessin. Alors ici, vous avez exactement ce que je vous expliquais tout à l'heure, c'est le fait que le guillocheur va faire tourner sa manivelle à la main, à une certaine vitesse, le plus régulier possible, et vous avez les dessins qui vont être reproduits sur le cadran qui sont issus des cames qui sont là. Maintenant, le temps qu'on...
Machine.
Yeah, so that's the cool thing, Mark. The cutting device doesn't move. You move the object around the cutting device.
Yes, that's exactly it. So the funny thing is the cutting device may be old, but they have very good magnify. They got Leica. Paddock used Leica stuff. Did you
and they have
see that?
I remember they have like a giant monitor, like a giant screen they can watch their work.
consacré pour faire un cadran, eh bien, ça dépend toujours de la complexité du dessin. Si le dessin est assez simple, on va dire que ça peut prendre plus ou moins 1 heure. Et vous avez des cadrans très complexes qui peuvent aller...
So do you see that? It can take 1 hour. So that really isn't that much time. I mean, the simple ones take an hour and the complex ones can take 10 hours.
Wow. I thought I just assumed it took a lot longer than that.
Me too.
I guess if you're good at what you do, you know, you get faster at it.
Yeah,
Well, you can fuck up a lot of them too. Don't forget too. You can fuck these up so easily. You know that, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Jusqu'à 8 à 10 heures de travail.
So easy to fuck it up.
So we're now in our next department, another handcraft, enameling. So can you walk us through what happens in this department specifically?
Ok. L'émail est une
Enamel dials, boys.
matière très complexe, très difficile à maîtriser. Donc, pour commencer avec l'émail, on commence par la poudre d'émaux, qui peut être blanche ou de couleur. Donc, c'est un travail de patience, de dextérité, de doigté, et vous venez disposer la poudre d'émaux qui a été mélangée avec de l'eau distillée. Donc là, la personne doit poser la poudre, enfin le liquide émaillé, d'une manière assez, on va dire, très cohérente sur toute sa surface pour éviter des surélévations, des surépaisseurs, des choses comme ça. Donc c'est un travail extrêmement précis. Où encore une fois, on doit disposer cette...
I think it would look like Coke.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's a fucking Coke spoon.
It's just it's powder. It's basically a powder.
But the little spoon.
ce liquide émaillé dans les emplacements qui ont été usinés et dédiés.
Look at that.
How many positions is that? It's like the Kama Sutra for rabbits.
Et pour mettre telle ou telle couleur ou telle partie d'émail. La pose d'émail avec un motif. Voilà, la peinture sur émail. Alors ici, vous avez la mise au feu, on va dire, au four, qui monte à plus de 800 degrés afin de figer.
You think they bake one at a time like that?
Not when they're in production.
L'émail.
I think they'd do them in a. I think they'd do them in a batch, wouldn't they?
But then wouldn't they all get fucked then? Like you're risking all of them.
It might be heat sensitive, but it might be heat sensitive too.
I was kind of thinking they might do one at a time, just because then if one gets fucked, then it's just all right. We don't, you know what I mean? Instead of compromising the whole batch. I don't know.
I think once they. Sorry, go ahead.
Avec tout ce qui a été fait avant, ça part dans le four à plus de 800 degrés. Et c'est là que tout se termine. Soit vous avez le cadran qui sort et qui est parfait état, validé, vous avez eu des problèmes de fissures, de petits trous, de petites choses comme ça qui fait qu'on doit recommencer le travail. Le cadran, il n'est pas niveau qualité, il est refusé.
You see that it's kind of like glowing. It's like glowing blue. Oh fuck.
On doit
It's an interesting color when it comes out of the oven.
Do you think they put their sandwiches in there during lunchtime?
Yeah, a little hot pocket.
Le cadran, il n'est pas niveau qualité, il est refusé.
That's boom.
So earlier we saw the restoration of the machines. Now we see it actually at work here. And this is the most rose engines I've ever seen in one place, in one room. So could you describe what happens in this room specifically and what is being worked on?
Alors ici, nous sommes dans l'atelier de guillochage où nous faisons en gros, on va dire, la production des cadrans guillochés qui comprennent les deux.
It's silent in that room. I wonder if it's like that just for filming or do you think it's that?
Imagine,
you think it's that clinical?
They startle the guy on the guilloche machine. He goes, ah, you know, and he has like a little Tourette's.
They're French. They're French. Do you understand that or not? Do you understand they're French? They have no sense of humor, okay?
Well, because they have to talk that way. It hurts the mouth.
Ooh.
They have to twist their faces to talk. They're all angry.
On va dire, historiques de Breguet qui sont le clou de Paris et le grain d'orge. Alors, si on veut voir le clou de Paris, et c'est des deux décorations.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay, because I'm always curious, you know what? There's the simple design of just the typical square, but there's also these interesting techniques. It's interesting what he's about to say here about. Okay, two Breguet motifs have stood the test of time. The Clou de Paris and the Grand d'Orge. I don't know how to say it, but there you go.
Le clou de Paris et le grain d'orge. Alors, si on veut voir le clou de Paris, et c'est des deux décorations, on va dire, qui sont typiquement Breguet. Le clou de Paris, c'est Breguet. C'est pas lui qui l'a inventé, mais c'est ce qui est la quintessence de Breguet. Et le grain d'orge, c'est quand on fait les.
I don't see Leica. I don't see Leica.
That was that paddock when they used the.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They cheaped out over at Swatch. They got the leftover.
What are they
bin.
using?
Chinese knockoff.
What brand is it?
Chinese knockoff.
What brand is it?
Look at how old that plastic is. That's like that 1990s computer plastic.
It does the job.
La partie courbée. Quand on regarde un cadran Breguet, on se rend pas compte de la complexité du cadran.
See, that's the Clou de Paris. Clou de Paris.
Yeah, I love that, don't you?
That's the one on your tradition. That's the style guilloche on your tradition. That's the one they do in it. That's the one they do in an hour.
That's a bunch of cute little pyramid.
It's a good pattern, don't you think?
Yeah, well, it stood the test of time. That's what he's saying.
Ni de la difficulté d'obtenir un cadran guilloché qui passe par les mains expertes des de cette dame, de toutes ces personnes ici.
That was following off on that point. Talk about if it's just a single pattern. I know it depends on the time, but just to build on that, like how long one artisan is going to be working on a dial.
Ça peut être une heure, et un
I'd like to
cadran
pop-
plus complexe, ça peut aller jusqu'à 8 heures. Alors tout à l'heure, nous avons vu le clou de Paris qui est...
See, okay, this is interesting. Straight line decoration. You see the distinction he's making there? The Clou de Paris, it's all straight lines, you see? I think this is where it gets hard. It's when you start getting into those fucking swirls. Okay.
Oh,
une décoration en ligne droite. Vous aviez l'outil et le cadran qui bougeait. Ici, vous avez le grain d'orge qui... L'outil est fixe et
See, here we go. The curved parts. You see? How do you say that? Grain d'orge? Grain d'orge motif.
c'est le cadran qui tourne. Donc l'idée même de tout ça, c'est qu'on peut mélanger l'un et l'autre. On peut faire une partie du cadran en clou de Paris droit et on peut faire des extérieurs en arrondi en jouant sur la rotation du cadran. Et j'espère que vous avez quand même vu que les personnes qui font ce
It's
travail,
the same thing, it's just curved. I see.
ils doivent avoir une main qui fait la rotation et vous avez ici une main qui fait la pression pour enlever le copeau. Il n'y a pas de machine, hein, c'est pas numérique.
What is the training required to be able to do this work?
La formation, donc on va dire que senior revient à senior, hein, Hayek senior. Quand il a racheté, le métier de guillocheur n'existait plus, donc il y avait très peu de guillocheurs à travers le monde, mais même la Suisse, hein, uniquement la Suisse. Donc en faisant déjà la restauration des guillocheuses, derrière il a fallu former les gens pour cette activité. Donc ici nous avons des personnes qui sont formées par l'équipe ici, qui sont formées à faire du guillochage. Oui, c'est une formation qui n'a pas de reconnaissance par un papier, par un CFC, par des choses comme ça. C'est des manufactures qui forment les gens et
Oh, so they must have a division within the Nicholas G. Hayek School just for these guillocheurs. Interesting.
Well, what he said was that they had to manufacture new machines, refurbish old ones, and then the manufacturer of the machine trains the artisans.
Oh.
It's pretty amazing stuff,
pense
don't
que
you
là,
think?
moi j'ai eu
100%.
des idées pour faire une reconnaissance pour ces personnes qui ont subi cette formation avec les années, parce qu'on apprend aussi avec les années. C'est un métier qu'on apprend avec les années, c'est comme l'émaillage, c'est comme la gravure.
So from rose engines, now to engraving, so finer components. So could you walk us through what happens in this department specifically?
La gravure, c'est un
Any engraving on your Breguets? On the rotor or anything?
Well, when you're saying, well, all the rotors are engraved. They got guilloche on them and that.
Right.
un métier qui a toujours été très lié à l'horlogerie, parce que l'idée même de pouvoir mettre des motifs sur des places, des emplacements qui le permettent, ça a toujours été une volonté de l'horlogerie.
This is like when the substitute teacher comes in and they just put a movie on.
Horlogerie, mais comme ça se retrouve dans plein d'activités artistiques où on fabriquait des pièces et on voulait les décorer.
That looks like something Lenge would do. The engraved balance cock.
Yeah.
Hey, watch your emphasis.
Donc ici, nous avons la gravure main, où l'objectif est de mettre une décoration avec des motifs, des fois, des motifs réalistes, pour sublimer la pièce, que ce soit le mouvement ou que ce soit potentiellement le cadran. Donc là, nous avons monsieur qui travaille avec ces différents outils, ça s'appelle des échoppes, voilà, et puis il vient enlever de la matière pour créer un motif, qui soit réaliste ou non.
See, this is a good point here. It's a shame these guys only make $70K a year. Exactly. That's the problem. That's why they can't get anybody. But I think that's that might be, and it'll end up being. These guys will make a lot of money maybe one day. Eventually it'll get to the point where maybe watchmakers are making 200K just because supply and demand. Double the service costs.
Double the service costs.
Who knows?
So we go from engraving to other finished components and different finishing techniques to some of these bridges. We can now look at anglage and how this is done. Could you walk us through this as well?
Ok. Nous arrivons à une étape qui est l'anglage lime. Donc sur un pont terminé déjà.
See, look at that. He's using a fucking wooden stick. The chopstick.
Gravé. Vous avez deux étapes. La première étape est avant la gravure. On fait un premier anglage. Ensuite, vous avez le pont qui est gravé, décoré. Et vous avez l'étape de finition, on va dire, où là, la personne reprend l'anglage afin de le polir, d'éliminer les petites bavures qu'il pourrait y avoir, mais c'est surtout de polir pour sublimer la pièce.
That's actually a
avec
hobby
la gravure
knife.
sur le pont.
It's an X-Acto knife.
Yeah, it's a hobby knife.
Direct from Hobby Lobby.
Et de sublimer l'angle. Encore une fois, vous l'avez vu au guillochage, vous
I think that's diamond paste, right? Diamond paste? What do I know?
l'avez vu à l'émail, vous l'avez
toothpaste.
vu maintenant à la
Toothpaste.
Well, that's what you use
gravure,
to fix
et vous le
that
voyez
stuff.
encore ici à l'anglage, c'est que toutes ces étapes sont faites à la main. Bien entendu, vous avez chaque personne qui a ses outils, qui, selon son doigté, son feeling, ses sensations, développe ses propres outils pour faire l'anglage. De plus de ça, ensuite, il passe par différentes étapes. C'est comme tout.
Oh, 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
On commence par du rugueux, moins rugueux, encore moins rugueux, pour finir avec
They got diamond powder, boys. Diamond powder.
de la diamantine. Donc c'est de la poudre de diamant et pour arriver à
You know, these
faire
guys go home and kick the
un
dog
angle
and break
polynoir.
plates.
Donc c'est toute une étape de
What's that?
I said they go home and they kick the dog and break plates because, I mean, this is very calm, quiet, super precision work. I mean, you don't blow off any energy, but you go home exhausted and angry when you do this all day long. Plus,
You got to go to the gym before work for sure.
You know, right? And you're blind by the age of 40.
No, I think your eyesight adapts when you're working in this under magnification like that. As long as you're not coming in and out of it all the time. You know, they say that for computers though, like if you work on computers, like every 20 minutes, you should actually look very far away from the computer to adjust your eyes for long distance. You know this?
You know what? Maybe that explains why porn is ruining my eyesight. I just don't look away.
Exactly.
Damn it.
rugosité, toujours plus fine.
So this brand is so much about preserving the past and the history. So we're here in the restoration
What's with
department
Teddy
to
and those
find
hands?
timepieces. Can you
He just cannot keep his hands down. The guy has got his arms crossed. He never moves his hands when he talks. Teddy is talking like an Italian.
His last name is Baldassari.
Fair point.
describe what happens here specifically?
Ici, nous sommes dans l'atelier de restauration où, quand nous achetons des pièces au musée, aux enchères, des pièces historiques de Abraham le Breguet, eh bien, des fois, elles sont dans un état moyen ou mal entretenu ou mal restauré, ça peut arriver, parce que des fois, il y a des restaurateurs qui n'ont pas fait un excellent travail par le passé. Donc ici, nous restaurons toutes ces pièces qui sont des pièces achetées aux enchères. Donc ici, c'est un peu la crème de la crème.
It's cool because I didn't know Breguet had this level of restoration department. Like, you know, Paddock, if you send anything, they'll be able to fix it. They'll make a part, whatever you need. Obviously, it'll cost a lot of money, but it seems like the same is true with Breguet.
Des horlogers, mais ce que je veux dire, c'est qu'ils doivent faire office d'une patience et d'une réflexion et d'une analyse conséquente pour restaurer des pièces qui ont des fois une valeur conséquente. Et là, on fait le début de la restauration, ça veut dire que l'horloger est en train de démonter, la pièce et toute l'activité qui va avec, répertorier les composants et ensuite commencer le travail de restauration. Et ça, c'était la montre du prince d'Espagne. Alors, quand nous recevons
Constant force device, which helps with the torque of the main
rewind the barrel, the chain.
type of watchmaking.
Anyway, you get the point here.
Archie,
Hey,
you're back.
I wanted to say something to you, Kelso. Yeah, I found that photo. You know, you're talking about what guilloche do you have there. Here we go. I've got a photo. This is my 7-1. That's the enamel dial one, right? And that's actually the
Oh, so it's the 3/4.
that's the
3/4
rotor there. Look at
plate.
that. So you got yeah, exactly. So that's they look at that pattern there. That's guilloche, isn't it? On the dial. On the rotor. The rotor. What do you think of that?
Yep.
And you got to remember too, that Breguet uses French and English types, different techniques, because they were originally a French company. See, what do you think? Is that
it's
beautiful
amazing.
or what? What do you think?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And look at that. See, it's even got the screw here. This is just over here. Oops, you can see it. Oops, it's not.
You know, one thing I wish Breguet wouldn't do, I wish they would keep the case back clean. Like all the numbers and bullshit back there, it's unnecessary.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I understand.
Mr. Chesterfield, at what boutique did you purchase your collection?
Z. Look. You know what? I've got the
You seem a little embarrassed, Mr. Chesterfield.
Yeah. Let's see. This is where you got to be clever. You name their competitors, okay?
Oh, really?
Or in for panic, you just say you got it from the saloon.
I used to work at that location. Who was your sales associate?
Hey, thank you.
Monsieur Chesterfield, your nose, she seems to be growing.
you know. What is that beautiful or not?
It's lovely. That's truly that is a work of art. Let's be honest. I need a Type 22, but that's a work of art.
Mike's chirping.
Beep, beep, beep.
Am I? Let me check.
It didn't sound like the normal blood sugar. It sounded like something else. What's that right there?
You know, in Mike's honor, I had fish and chips with Vintenier.
Right there.
That was it. Beep, beep, beep.
Well, let's see.
We know it's Mike. We know Fredo. We know it was you.
Check Lucas.
It's like a video game.
No, it's not. It's not my beeper.
Archie, are you beeping?
I gotta be honest with you. These are fucking beautiful, don't you think?
They are. It is. It's true.
What more do you want in life than this? A Breguet on the wrist. I'm just going to call up that one other loose end we had there. We had a super chat from Watch Nerd Nick. I'm just going to call that up. That's Alto Watch. I'm just going to call that up.
Aldo, like the supermarket?
No, Alto
is everywhere.
It was. That's the one that. This is ALTO, Alto Watch, and what they do is they use 3D printing to do the cases, because they use. I'll just get it up on the screen.
Let's get it up.
They use 70s design language.
It's probably what Tudor's doing with the carbon fiber case.
Carbon fiber, aka plastic.
Where is plastic?
Plastic water pump.
I called him out as cunt. He's kind of disappeared.
Archie fights with that.
He's trying to encourage Eddie to do streams on someone else's show, and I just said to him, So you see the cases. You see what I mean?
They're cool.
This is in titanium too, grade 5 titanium.
Is this Chinese?
No, that says Swiss made. It's got a Swiss guy in a cave doing it. Okay.
Click around. What else did it? Let me see what else they got.
Remember when Pinkman was, kidnapped and sent to Mexico and chained up so he could cook meth? That's how they have their watchmakers chained up.
Oh, the case back is interesting.
Well, look at that though.
You know, it kind of it's like a Bulgari Octo and a Movado, kind of like
look
little
at mini rotor.
It's interesting. Look at the Sapphire is like a trapezoid.
Are these stupid money? I'm guessing they are.
How much?
I don't think they're stupid money. Let's have a look, okay? Oh, price on request. What the fuck?
No, that can't be cheap.
Come on.
20 grand! Fuck!
Dead!
Fuck
me dead for a no-name?
I was going to say
fucking hell.
That was my exact guess.
You're out of your mind.
Fuck me dead. 20 fucking... What are they smoking? When are they going to stop smoking? Are they smoking crack?
Well, they only need to sell a few of them a year. They make them to order. They just push them in. They just turn on the 3D printer.
They're sold out. It says they're sold out.
All 7 of them went.
Wow. Looks cool, but wow, it's expensive. Micro brand.
It's funny because 3D printing is supposed to be so much more economical. And then they use it on this and, charge an arm and a leg for it.
Yeah, but they can't be 3D printing titanium, so it's probably just a design one.
I think you can.
Really?
Yeah, I think with certain machines you can do.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Look at Keslow and me pretending to understand manufacturing techniques. The dog trainer and the cameraman.
Yeah. It's
It's hot.
Fuckers. Fuckaroonies.
Where's Bear? Have you talked to Bear?
Yeah, I spoke to him. He just said he's never coming back. He said his mental health is so much better since he left.
He's very emotional. He gets he's easily upset.
I see.
He's a very, very emotional man.
Oh, I hope he changes his mind.
He never perfected the art of coming on here and not giving a fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Archie, you know what, Paul? You should have trained him better. I love that. Could you play the whole thing?
It's too long.
Yeah.
It's too long.
No, it's not too long. Otherwise,
I'll play it as the outro.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, it's time to wrap this baby up. I want to say thank you for coming on, man. Please.
Well, you're cutting it short.
Later.
You're the guy. You're a clock watcher. You're that guy at work. Everyone's supposed to clock out at 5 o'clock. You're out of there at 4:58.
Well, Keslow, nope. We don't do this shit for free.
You got money coming in.
The super chat.
Do you think I should start the show a bit later than the time it starts?
I think it's the weekend. You got 129 viewers. Let's try and get a couple bucks. That's what we're here for, the bucks.
All right. Let's do it like this. If we get $30 within the next 4 minutes, we'll keep going a while. But otherwise,
yeah, I've got.
Let's do some collection reviews. Aren't you backed up on collection reviews? Where are all the $50?
I got one.
How old is it?
Let's knock it out.
I'm actually going to be printed. I got two to do.
Why don't we do it as a panel? We'll knock it out.
No, we can't. We can certainly. I got to get ready for the Fleischmann show. You know Fleischmann?
We can certainly the show that nobody watches.
Oh.
You're going to abandon 138 viewers to go on with that weirdo with the unibrow for 6 views. Why do you even do that show? I don't get it.
I heard you're on the no-fly list after you had that last one with
There is no money. That's like antimatter. That's like money, super chat, antimatter.
Ooh.
There's 138 people here.
The market's tough because the last super chat was 20 minutes ago. You see.
How's the
Let's
Alex? How's the Alex?
We need watch
fuckface?
content. We need
Super-
content.
You know what, Archie? Have you thought about doing sponsored shows like where you sell the time? You spend an hour, doing a stream with a guy, but he's got to pay you $300 to do that show.
It sounds good, Mark.
Yeah,
I like the concept.
Well, radio stations used to do that all the time, and they would sell airtime. You could just sell airtime on yours. Look, guy wants a 1 hour commercial. Always wanted to do a show with you. It's $300. Just stack them up. And guess what we have? A super chat.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I love Baby Cow.
Crypto Walker.
Baby cow going mad in a field. You make me feel so goddamn real. Baby cow going mad in a field. Growing up to be somebody's meal. Baby cow, why don't you shake that ass? And I'll reward you with some blades of grass. Baby cow.
Baby cow.
And look,
That was a
ask and you
classic.
shall read. Well, first of all, let us thank Crypto Walk for that donation.
Nice.
And also super chat from Rodent Mutation.
All right, we got another 20 minutes.
There-
$1.
yeah.
It's $1 a minute. $1 a minute.
Rodent Mutation super chat. Super chat.
Rodent Mutation. Wow. Thank you so much there,
All
Rodent.
right, Archibald, check in. We want watch content. Pull something up. Motivate the boys. Oh, look, here we go. Now it's rolling in.
$20.
Now it's rolling in. Yes, it is.
Now it's
Read it,
40
Archie.
minutes. Now
Read
it's
it.
40 minutes.
Could you please
Fuck me
read this?
dead.
Could you read it? Read it.
CB $20 just to piss Archie Union guy off.
Now read this one because you didn't read it.
Rodent Mutation 10 Swiss francs. Now Swiss francs are a lot of money. I discovered after being there. That's $20 Aussie for the watch content.
Now, I would like to point something out. Keslo, let's take a quick look at this face. Does this look like the face of a man happy that he has to continue the show?
Oh, yeah, he's got another 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know, but look at...
It's been determined his hourly rate is $60 an hour. It's $1 a minute. We just got $40.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know,
we're
but
at 2:02. We got 38 minutes to fill here.
Here's
All
the
right,
fun-
Archie, motivate the boys. We won't watch
Are
talk.
you kidding? Keslo, here's the funny thing. Look at that face. He was so ready to get off. And then someone fucking gave him money. And now he's got to fucking get it.
That's what he's here for.
You know
That's
what? It's just like
You know
the
what?
Sopranos. Every time I'm almost out, they pull me back in.
Well, for Archie, it's more like, he was doing Uber and, he was about to drive home, but then he got one more ride and it's even further away. Fuck.
Hey, have a look at this watch here. Look at this. We're talking Guillochang before. That's the Guillochang
No, it's not.
on the 7057.
Oh, yeah,
Look at
yeah,
that.
yeah. It's a very small amount.
What do you think?
Boy,
That's
the,
the Guilloche there.
But the enamel.
And that's the
dials are
enamel.
very-
You like?
Now wait, the enamel, isn't that what they were using the Coke spoon to create?
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
They bake it, and it pulls out, and it's very beautiful when done right. Of course, as you know.
Are you baking, Mike?
Am I baking? No.
Bacon shake?
Wake and bake.
No, I haven't even eaten bacon in a long time because I broke.
Michael, sweetheart, darling.
That
I was
was
talking
good.
about marijuana. Marriage,
He's making a
420.
funny. He's making a funny.
Yeah, there. He's talking about weed, Mike, the devil's leaf.
Yeah, no bacon for me.
No, not bacon. Baking, like where you're baking and baking. You got it.
All right, Archie, don't repeat the same bullshit. They paid money. Talk about something new. Give us some goals. What's the next item? What's the next bit? What are you
Have
selling?
a look at this beautiful picture here. What do you think of that? Is that just?
We've seen it. We love it.
Is
We
that
love
perfection? But is that perfection, horologically speaking?
it. Breguet speaking, yes. Actually, it's a good pair. It is a really good pair. Because you have white dial, black dial. They're both rose gold. It is nice.
Yep.
It is nice. The cases match.
One's automatic, one's manual wind. One's automatic, one's manual wind.
And I like how the logo is done differently on both.
Yeah. This one doesn't have the reference number on it, but you notice that? It's on the back of it.
Right.
Are they splash proof?
Are your Breguet watches waterproof? Well, I wouldn't be diving with these, would you?
Hell no.
I wouldn't even get in the bathtub with them.
Well, the strap alone is fine.
Yeah, like you cannot go into the hot tub with these. You can with a Rolex. This could go into the hot tub. That cannot.
Arch, when you go to a public restroom, do you check the water pressure so you don't splash the paddock accidentally? You know, you check it with your right hand. Yeah, you check it with the right hand to make sure you're not going to get the, overspray onto the paddock.
Super chat.
Yes. CB $5. We paid
Exactly. And there's another 5 minutes.
I know.
It's stacking up on them.
What he's saying is no more Breguet.
Yeah, exactly.
No more Breguet.
All right, shake it up. Shake it up. Go to monochrome. Do something.
How about this?
Current affairs.
How about a bit of adultery?
I will. Tell us a story. Tell us a story. Tell us about it.
How's this for a pair?
Oh. Oh, are you going to talk about that watch that you were telling me about off stream?
Now that's the
Factory
pyramid.
bezel. Factory bezel.
Pyramid bezel.
Whose is that?
That's Mrs. Lie's watch.
It's quite a nice one. I do like the pyramid diamond.
And you know, that's not aftermarket. I thought that was aftermarket, but actually, I checked the reference number. That's original Rolex.
Well, it's old, and they don't do the pyramid much anymore. But it is a beautiful
90s, early 90s.
Yeah,
90s.
It is a beautiful bezel, and they put some of them out. There was a date, I think, that had the pyramid bezel. Anyway, I do like.
I'm going to bring up that watch that Kelso was talking about. So this is
Keslow. You know, the Harbor one was the bark finish was.
Oh yeah, that was.
Remember when Clyde had Mexican?
This was actually a watch.
Yes, I do remember that.
I got for my wife. This is not
even Swiss
no,
bark.
no.
I mean, if you're gonna buy aftermarket
Mexican
gold,
bark, aftermarket bark.
Super chat.
Sorry. Here we go. Look at this.
So
Will
tell
money
us the
$5 for the big boy hostage fund. Well, no, I just thought I'd put some money into my marriage. There you go. I bought this.
Wow.
And Cartier
Bag noir.
Will you get that in the divorce?
Now, what I did was I bought the watch. It came on a silk sort of strap.
Keslow, you know what he did? He went out and bought a Chinese Cartier so that he could build up her collection. So that when
you can keep that one, honey.
It's like you keep the Cartier, I keep the Breguet. One for you, one for me, one for you.
And this one here, what you do is right. So you want to get that new experience.
So, are you revealing this for the first time?
A little bit, but what I'm trying to say, I think I showed it before, but it had a different strap on. So what I did was I took the wife into Cartier, and we ordered a custom strap for it. So she wanted it's actually a navy blue.
Oh, monsieur, what boutique did you purchase this Cartier at?
Well, they don't ask that because they see it, they know it's real. They compliment you. Oh, what a beautiful watch you have there.
Thank you.
And you get the full Cartier experience.
Thank you. I bought it on Gumtree.
I see. So you went. Did you get the strap from Cartier? You walked into Cartier with this?
It's a custom Cartier strap.
Oh, I see. You already got it. Nice. They had it in stock?
No. It came back. I just got it the other day. On Friday, I picked it up.
When do we get the unboxing?
I'm waiting for the box to come on. New box on eBay.
Oh boy. Naked?
Is it a red box?
It came with a box, but I wasn't happy with the condition of it.
Of
You know,
course,
here we go again.
Rat eaten. Cartier does make a nice red box.
Did you email Cartier? Why don't you get a free one from Cartier?
Oh, Gio warned us that you might write to us, and so did IWC. We're just sending you a box. Please leave us alone.
Thomas wants to know how tiny is this? This looks like the size of a dime.
yeah, it is pretty small, but that's
Yeah.
it's an elegant little dress. That's what it is. You know, it's an elegant.
Quartz, right? Quartz.
Yes. Yes.
Why is it that women pull the crown out and then never push it back the fuck in?
I know. Why the fuck do they do that? That's exactly.
You never really have to touch it with the quartz, though.
Here's what a watchmaker told me. Women will drown their watch because if they pull the crown out, they never remember to put it back in. And men will break their crown tube by tightening it too tight.
Interesting point.
He said finger tight, then stop. Guys try to
Finger
get that
tight,
extra
yeah.
full revolution.
Is it true that if you get water in the case, if you see water under the sapphire glass, you're supposed to open the crown and then put your watch in a bag of rice?
I never put it in rice.
No, the best thing is to take it to a watchmaker and get it fucking aired out properly.
You know what?
Well, of course, but
Why
let's say
be
you're on
stingy?
vacation or something.
Yes,
You
bag
can't
of
get
rice.
there.
Bag of
You
rice.
can't get there the next day or something.
I think you. I like the way Mike chimes in there like he's some watch expert. Come on, Mike. Just stick to cars.
Bag of rice
Stick
is
to
a
cars.
well-known way to dry out like electronics that you've gotten wet, radio or whatever that you dropped in the creek. You run home and you put it in a bag of rice.
See, Mike knows. Mike
it-
knows.
it-
His
it
stories
draws
are
the-
true.
Archie,
His stories are true.
Archie,
It
why
draws
is it
the
every woman
moisture.
you ever dated, it's like she's been soaking herself in a bag of rice, sir? I'm sorry, I'm feeling a bit feisty, but it really dries them out.
Yeah. No, I wasn't saying nothing about the watch, Archie.
I'm going to
So you're-
menopausal rice underpants for women.
I love that watch. The thing's gorgeous.
So she picked this one out, or
Sorry?
Did you buy this for her, or did she pick this out?
I bought it.
But
I bought
did
it and
she
said if you don't
approve
want it, I can
before-
return it.
Because you did that with the Oyster Perpetua and she didn't like it.
Yeah, I know, but I know what she likes. She likes quartz Cartier, especially in gold. Who doesn't like gold Cartier?
So she's happy. It's a winner. Winner chicken dinner.
Can I ask the most?
It'll keep the wolf from the door for a little bit.
How
Well,
much?
okay,
How
so-
much? How much? How much? 2,000.
Well, I got it cheap. I got it.
2,500 US.
I paid $6 Aussie for it. $6 Aussie.
Whoa.
1,000 or 100?
Yeah, they're not cheap. It's
What
not-
is
I
what
didn't
is
say
that
it was
US?
cheap.
$4,000? $4,000 US? I guess it is solid gold.
Well,
Yeah, $4,000.
Here's
$4,000.
so well. Really, were you rewarded? Were you properly rewarded for buying such a thoughtful gift? Was it romantic? Did romance ensue?
Oh. Delayed. He delayed. That's a no.
No money, no honey.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Is this from Dave? From Dave?
No, I got it from Ronnie actually.
On credit?
You like it or you don't like it?
I do. I actually do like this.
No, I had to pay for it.
It looks really nice on ladies. When you see this,
I would have to shoot myself up with an IV bag full of estrogen to even express an opinion on this watch. I don't know what women like. This is definitely a man can't wear that.
No, it's a ladies' watch. That's what it is. And speaking of
ladies, man, here's a ladies' man.
W joining us.
A true ladies' man.
Yeah, how's it going, gentlemen? You're in the bonus time right now.
We
seems
are.
like.
I know. We almost missed you.
he got paid extra. He got paid for overtime. He's getting paid overtime. $60
I'm just gonna go to
an
the
hour
toilet.
is
I
the
gotta
rate.
get ready.
Oh,
back.
pause the
I'll be
clock.
back.
We'll pause the clock. No worries.
Time and a half for
Okay.
everything. There he goes, Doc. There he goes.
Pausing the clock at 2:14.
I suspect he's going to leave to go join the other gentleman that looks like him.
Yes. He was
I
mentioning
don't
that.
understand that. I don't understand that show.
The viewers go from like 120 to like 23.
Exactly. And there's no, why?
Some people do watch it, like, you know, after the broadcast, later in the day. Some people do watch it, apparently. I've seen the views get up to 900.
Well,
So they must be talking about something that some people like. This is my theory.
I see.
Now, interestingly, that show that got banned or that got deleted was kind of talking about him a bit. Well, you were there, Cashflow.
I'm just pulling up this Anderson Genève website while we wait, because we were paid for Watch Talk, so I am going to just pull this up. Sorry, what was your question?
Nothing. I was just saying the show, you were on the show when they were kind of making fun of the guy a little bit. You were on the show, the Horology Dungeon, I'm talking. Horology Dungeon.
Yes.
I was actually pretty hilarious. You guys had me laughing quite a bit. Not surprised it got deleted.
You guys heard me spruiking about Anderson Genève before, but they have this jumping hour with this beautiful guilloche dial. It's fantastic.
I've heard the word guilloche far too much tonight.
Guillo. I like the black jade stone too. These are fucking beautiful.
oh my God. Look at that.
Makes me want a
You know what's really sad? I showed this to somebody. I was like, dude, this is such an amazing watch. Look at this thing. And he's like, oh, yeah, it looks like a Movado. I was like, I think that was you, Mark. I was like, fuck.
You know what?
Fuck.
Everybody's going to say that when they see that watch.
Obviously, it's not for those who know to begin with. But
of course.
When I heard that, I was like, "Oh!" It was like when JJ. It's like when JJ said about the Zeitwerk, like it's a fat guy in a t-shirt. You know.
Now I have to say, I know
what unsee those things.
I know what their Celestial looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty close. Pretty close.
Looks like the Snoopy, that one. Look, Doc, it's a UFO.
Here's the enamel we were talking about.
That actually looks like a Concorde, so
that's a Chrysler building.
Anymore.
It is.
Yeah.
Now,
Doc, I know you're trying
to
bait me, Mark. I know you're trying to bait me. All right.
Doc, I think I know what you're going to say here, but give us an opinion. Tudor or Breitling?
Oh, well, I have Breitling. I don't have a Tudor yet.
Exactly.
So, and I sometimes do think about getting a chronomat. I just have too many Breitlings already. I have a Top Time. I have Type 20. I think that's probably enough. And then I also, of course, have the Super Ocean Heritage.
Yes, now that's your lucky watch for
sourced by Archie Luxury himself.
Correct.
So I think that's enough, right? 3 of them is enough.
He keeps flicking that watch.
He wants it. He wants something close to that back. Instead of a 42, he wants a 44. Like that's going to make a difference.
No, I think he wanted a 44 or 46. I thought he wanted.
Well, maybe he wants a 46. I sold a 46 because it's just too huge.
Well, you're not as big a boy as.
Well, everybody tried it on. Tanzil tried it on. Jin tried it on. Of course, Jin's thinner than I am. But anyway, it's just too big for most people.
I had dinner with the Gin Tingler tonight.
Ah.
Yeah.
So he's staying around Chicago then, eh?
Well, yeah, he lives in the Chicagoland area, but he's out in the burbs golfing. So he won't normally come out to visit me, just to hit up a restaurant, but he was golfing out here. So he was like, all right.
He knew he'd be hungry afterwards, and
apparently so.
He knew the other golfers were going to go home.
He demolished his pasta.
Pasta?
Oh, yeah, but he did complain. It was a nice pasta dish, but he complained because the pasta was like they were all broken. The pieces were all like kind of.
It seems broken. Like if you go out for dinner, you should get something more than just pasta.
Well,
But I guess
I had fish and chips.
I'm vegetarian, so it doesn't really matter.
I know. What are you going to get? A salad?
I usually end up getting pasta because that's the only thing I can really get.
With a nice pesto sauce.
Yeah.
His had sausage.
Ragu.
Skip that, but yeah, I mean, probably pretty.
Now, how
good.
long have you been a vegetarian?
About 20 years.
So does that leave Cunnilingus completely out?
All right, Archibald is back. Let's start the clock. We have another.
Wait, I really need to know.
We have another 35 minutes. 35 minutes.
Yeah, well, I've got to start that other show at the half past because I already committed to that.
See,
That's just
everybody
we'll put it on your
did-
tab.
everybody
We'll put it on
really
your
knew
tab.
yeah.
Tomorrow
Put it
we'll
on the
make
tab.
up for it. No worries.
Yes.
What do you know about Sven Anderson? Sven Anderson.
Sven Anderson. Anderson Geneve.
Yes.
Cool stuff, don't you think?
Is it?
Any respect? He worked for Paddock.
Higgy's got one of those watches. I think. Look, you were really impressed by them. You went there. You saw the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You were really impressed by them, weren't you?
I am.
Did you go to one of their dinners or something?
I went to this workshop in the photo. I met those other two watchmakers too. Gregory. Forgot the other guy's name.
Did you tell them you were going to consider buying one of their watches?
No. I was just introduced to it.
Oh.
They're not even like that though. You don't have to, say you're going to buy one for them to.
No, I know that, but
Just
a
share
lot of
the
people
love.
will try to say that they would consider it.
Did you sniff their fingers?
They're coming out with the perpetual calendar next. They're stopping this jumping hour. They're not going to make this anymore. So it's just going to be the world time and a perpetual.
It wasn't a winner like they expected.
No, it was. They're just moving on. They want to do it. They only can make so many watches a year. So they've done the time only. So now they're moving on. Also, those movements, I don't think they can source them very easily. I think it's a Frederick Piguet movement.
That could be their limiting factor. Yeah.
Let's see if they say. Anyway. The blue is nice.
If you'd like to do a 1 hour live.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mr.
Here it is.
It won't be long. It won't be long. Won't be long. Okay?
Frederick Piguet 1150.
Won't
One of
be
the
long.
finest hot horology automatic calibers in Swiss watchmaking. 2-barrel.
Okay, guys, I'm going to have to wrap this show up soon unless you want to keep going.
Wrap her up.
Okay, I want to thank all the super chatters today. We had Rich Mitch, Tiger Tail, Crypt Walker, Rich Mitch, Crypto Walker, Horror Breakdown, Crypt Walker, LV, Crypt Walker, Terry Boston, Watch Nerd Nick, Crypto Walker, Rodent Mutation, CB, and Will Money. Guys, that is the show for today. I'm going to link to the Alan Fleischman show. I thank you guys for coming. I really do appreciate you guys coming.
Hey, does he pay you?
Look, we're trying something
That's a
new.
yes.
Okay?
That's a
It's
yes.
a new. No, he doesn't. He doesn't pay me. I said, hey, I'm happy to do a show with you. It's just a concept.
Why doesn't he
we're
hop
trying.
on with us? Why doesn't he hop on right here?
Oh
'Cause
no, he likes to be alone with Archie.
No, because otherwise, Narc would look. He wouldn't stand a day. He closed. He had a TikTok channel that was really popular, but he closed it because he got abused. So I got to treat him with kid gloves. You see.
Oh, heavens. What the fuck is this? All right, do what you gotta do.
Okay, thank you guys. We love you so much, and we will see you tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow.
Love you, man.
Love you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the other show, go live.
Baby cow.
I'm just going to run the baby cow. Okay, we're going to I'm just we're going to run these here. Going to run the outro. Baby cow. Here we go. Let me get this baby cow. Where is the baby fucking cow? Here we go. Found it. Setting it. Okay, here.
Baby cow going mad in a field. You make me feel so goddamn real. Baby cow going mad in a field. Growing up to be somebody's meal. Baby cow, why don't you shake that ass? And I'll reward you with some blades of grass.